Okay, folks, it is Thursday again. My, how quick time flies by. It seems like we were just here yesterday. It's the end of a day here. Getting close to 5 o'clock. Got a lot of things accomplished. It's been kind of warm today, up to almost close to 80 degrees, December 30th. But they tell me that after the 1st, the temperature's going to drop back down into the 20s. So we'll have some cooler weather moving in, and I think I kind of like that right now. But I really appreciate you guys stopping in and spending some time with me on Thursdays. I really appreciate your input. Your comments are always, I'm not going to say always kind. There have been some that have got a hold of me that, wanted to correct me, and that's good. I'm not perfect. I love to know what the truth is. So again, I thank y'all for that. And we've been doing this a little over a year now, and I've enjoyed it all. Again, for some of you that don't know this, I'm doing these little Thursday messages for my grandson who was born a little over a year ago. His name is Leon. And when Leon gets older, and maybe I'm not around, I don't know, but he'll be able to go and listen to what his grandpa had to say. And we have the technology to do that. I really wished we had the technology years ago when my grandparents were alive. I'd love to hear from them. I'd love to hear what they sounded like, what they thought, what they believed. But, we don't have that. But little Leon at least will get to see me. What a blessing. Anyhow, the other day I was going through some reading in Proverbs, and I stumbled across a passage I've kind of taught before, and it's in Proverbs 20:23. There's another one in Proverbs 11:1, and there's a couple of others in Proverbs, but I'm just going to read you this one. It says, "Differing weights are detestable to the Lord, and dishonest scales are unfair." Other translations say, dishonest scales are an abomination to the Lord. They make God sick. They turn his stomach. Unfair scales. Now, my teenagers, when I used to teach Bible in a local school, they would ask me, Brother Dusty, what is he talking about? Scales? Is he talking about the things we stand on and weigh ourselves? And of course, none of them have had to really buy anything and use a scale to weigh it and to know how much it is and how much it's going to cost. So I explained it this way. I said, let's just say you work at a meat market, and one of your guys that you can't stand, you would like to punch him in the nose. Now, that's not what a Christian would do, but you'd like to punch him in the nose. You just don't like him. But his mother sent him down to the meat market to get some ground meat. And ground meat is, let's just say, $2 a pound. Well, you go to the scale and you start putting meat in. But he doesn't notice that your thumb is on the scale holding it down. So when you put meat in, it weighs up to about 5 pounds of meat that he wants, and he pays the $10. But he only got 9 pounds. Why? Because you had your thumb holding the scale down just a little bit. That's dishonest. Well, then here comes that girl that you've seen in class, and you really think she's pretty, and you'd like to get a date with her. Now, she comes into the meat market, and she wants to buy some meat. She wants to buy some ground meat, too. And her mama wants her to buy 5 pounds of ground meat at $2 a pound. Well, you start putting the meat on the scale, but you start holding the scale up. So when she buys her $10 worth of meat, she really got 7 pounds. Because why? You're holding the scale up. That's unfair. That's dishonest. God says he hates that. Now, you think to yourself, we don't buy stuff like that anymore, really, Brother Dusty. So how does that fit in? So I explained to him this way. let's just say you wanted to sell a car to somebody. You advertise the car, it runs well, mechanically sound, and you have somebody come and start asking you questions about the car, knowing you know it uses oil, and you know the brakes are bad, and you know it needs a new timing belt, but you don't tell them that. You just tell them it's the best car you've ever had. You've never had any trouble with it, and they ought to buy it. That's dishonest. Do you see that? See, when we represent something in a false way, that's lying. That's lying. And God's stomach turns. He can't stand it when we lie. It might be that calf that you're going to send to the sale next week, knowing that calf's got some problems, but you're not going to tell anybody about it. You're going to let them worry about it. It might be that person that wants to buy a piece of equipment from you, and they come from another place. They come from another town. They might be a different color. I know, that was touchy. But when they walk up and you see who they are and where they're from, the price goes up. Price goes up. God says that's wrong. It turns his stomach. See, Christian, one of the things, there's many of them, but one of the qualities of a Christian is honesty. One of the qualities of a Christian is someone who tells the truth, even when they might lose money telling it. You, my friend, if you call yourself a Christian, you should be known for your honesty, the trustworthiness, that when that man or that woman says what they say, it's the truth. You can count on it. That's how you should be known. All right? That's how you should be known. You're not trying to get over on anybody, but that's one of the primary qualities of a Christian. Jesus said this. He says, there's 2 commandments. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and mind. Then he said, and love your neighbor as yourself. Treat your neighbor like you would want to be treated. And there's not one of you watching this right now that want to be ripped off, do you? Not one of you. We want people to tell us the truth. It might start with us. Now, is the world going to tell you the truth? Probably not. The world lies. The people of this world will lie. And you should be careful. Scripture also tells us to be wise as a serpent, but gentle as a dove. Don't get sucked in. Don't be stupid. But if you're dealing with another child of God, you should be able to trust them. Can we? Not always. I wished it was better. I wish the family of God would treat each other a whole lot better than they do. I just wanted to share this quick message with you today because it got my attention. I deal with a lot of people. And when I was selling equipment down at the John Deere place here in a local town, it was hard to sell a tractor if you want to tell the truth. Sometimes you were making promises you knew you never could keep, or promises the shop couldn't keep, but you made them anyway to make the sale. That's dishonest. That's dishonest. I'm guilty of that, and that's why I've had to stop selling tractors. But anyway, I hope that you have a great weekend. I hope that you have a wonderful New Year's Day, and I hope that this new year approaching treats you well. Be sure to tell the truth. Be known for your honesty, because the differing scales, the way we treat people, if we treat one person different than another person, God doesn't like that. Okay? So treat all people the same, and treat them with respect, and treat them with honesty. That's all I got to say today. Hey, you have a great rest of the afternoon. Take care.